Hello Daily Drafters and welcome back to the channel for today's Daily Draft. We are continuing with the Brothers War. We've got about 2-ish weeks left with the format. In the midst of the Arena Decathlon content on the channel, we've got all kinds of stuff going on. If you're new here, welcome. There is more than enough drafts to satisfy your January of 2023, and where we'd love to have you here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying your content, and we're going to jump right into Pack One Pick One here with a lot of bad cards. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. We've got Iron Craw Crusher, Mishra's Juggernaut, Soul Partition Airlift Chaplain, Trench Stalker. Like, this is horrible. I don't want any of these cards. What on earth is this? I have no idea what to take. All those cards are like actively bad. I guess we'll take Airlift Chaplain as like an aggressive white card that has a high win rate, I suppose. I'm not exactly sure there. That was garbage. And honestly, so is Pack 2. We've got Swift Spear. We've got Warlord's Elite. I haven't been a big fan of this card, though. I mean, some people are like, oh yeah, if you're able to, get 1-drops and 2-drops and stuff, but then you're like not attacking and spending your turn 3 to cast a 4/4. When there are other cards in this format that are just cast the 4/4 on turn 4 instead. I don't know, it just doesn't seem very good to me. Following up Airlift Chaplain, there's basically no cards except Warlord's Elite. There's an Emergency Weld. I mean, I do like the Blue-Red Prowess deck, and I think this is a very good piece to that. Everything else here is very contextual into decks that we just don't know that we're going to want to be at all. So, Urza Lord Protector was passed by 2 people. I mean, it's not like a bomb, but it's pretty good, right? I still want to try to meld once this format. What are we passing on if we pass on Urza? We're passing on an Ambush Paratrooper, I guess. We're passing on an Ambush Paratrooper. Let's take Urza. Urza looks more fun. Maybe we could... Ooh, alright. Well, maybe we can get into some sort of, like, blue-red splashing Urza deck. I think the best card here is Giant Cindermaw by a lot. Maybe not by a lot, but by a decent bit. There's also Bitter Reunion and Airlift Chaplain. But Giant Cindermaw seems quite good to me. I think I'll take that to go with the Swift Spear here. And then there is a Pendragon Strongbow, Thopter Architect. I think I'll take the Strongbow. We're not married to Urza necessarily. Plus, we've only seen 2 picks since then. We haven't really seen the cards that go super well with it just yet. Now, here's an Energy Refractor, and I think this is going to be pretty good in a deck like Pendragon Strongbow here. Because what are we passing up on it? Passing up on a Scatter Ray, a Desynchronize, a Haywire Might, I guess. Takesia's Onulet, which is like okay, but I'm going to take my pet card of the format, Energy Refractor, and then see if we can find a bunch of Unearth cards, basically. As soon as you get 2 Energy Refractors, I think you can just take any other Unearth cards you want, of any color. Not to mention, this helps splash Urza if we want to, depending on how many... We currently only have 1 instant sorcery and artifact spells. So it's not even that great so far. But we're going to find the Might Stone and the Weak Stone, don't you worry. That's exactly what we're going to do. Then we're going to meld into Urza Planeswalker. And that's going to be today's draft. Another Swift Spear. There is a Takesia's Onulet, which is... No, I'm just going to take the Swift Spear. We can still be blue-red. This Airlift Chaplain's the only white card we have. Granted, we don't have any non-creatures except the Refractor to kind of trigger this yet, but it's early. We can find that kind of stuff. Alright, here's a Juggernaut, pick 8, and there's another one coming around, pick 9, so I wonder if I should take this one or not. There's a Scrapwork Rager, which again we can splash the Unearth off of Energy Refractor. It could also be like black-red sack with Pendragon Strongbow. I would take this Juggernaut, except for the fact that I think there's one in this pack coming around. If this one's here, I think this one will also be here. So I'm going to try to take the Rager here and see if the other Juggernaut comes around. It did not. It's because this pack was so bad. So... Trench Stalker, I guess? Everything else is horrible. And what are we doing? That is a question that I will answer later. While we wait on the next pack, don't forget that there's a link to the Daily Drafters Discord server in the description of the video. Go ahead and take a look at that and join up. Carrion Locust is the only really playable card in this pack, in my opinion, so I'll take that. And so far, we're looking most likely red-black, but I'm going to need some help from pack 2 to figure out what we're doing here. Alright, there's an Infiltrator here. And I think that's probably the closest card to being playable for us. So I guess I'll take it. These Swift Spears are not looking great, like at all. Here's a Bitter Reunion, that's pretty good. Helps the Swift Spear. It also helps if we find any Goblin Blast Runners running around here. More than likely not being white. Another Infiltrator or a Blitz Automaton. Not a huge fan of either of them, but the Infiltrator's a 2-drop, so I guess I'll take that. Don't really like playing Philology Chain Dancer, and let's see what we find in pack 2. Another Urza. But this time, Prince of Krug. And we have 0 artifact creatures as of right now. It's also an Ichor Wellspring. I just love this card. Gosh. I mean, Ichor Wellspring is great with Pendragon Strongbow. It's good with both Swift Spears here. I think the Urza Dream has died. Because if we take this, we're basically going all in on blue-white and abandoning all of this. Not saying any of this is very good, but I'm just going to take the Wellspring here. Obliterating Bolt is a nice pickup. Got some removal. Howling Mine, no, that's really only good with Sentinel Stalwarts, which we have done in this format. Go ahead and check out that draft video a few weeks ago, probably. We assembled the Howling Mine Sentinel Stalwart combo. There is Rock Hunter on the wheel, maybe? Let's take Obliterating Bolt here. Right now we have Excavation Explosion versus Scrapwork Mutt versus Conscripted Infantry and a Butcher here. What's our creature count at? 9 out of 13 cards? I think I'm just going to take the Explosion over a Battlefield Butcher. I would love to get access to a Scrapwork Mutt, but I don't think I'd take those cards high enough. It's just, I mean, Scrapwork Mutt versus Explosion is a pretty easy pick. I think it's Explosion, but I would still like to get a Mutt at some point. Here's a Blast Runner. It's also a Research Desk, which I do really like, but I think Blast Runner is exactly what this deck wants. And now we're kind of locked into Black-Red here. Black-Red, we can splash, like if we find a Scrapwork Cohort or something in pack 3, we can splash that off of Energy Refractor. If we get another Refractor, we can take basically all of the Unearthed cards here. If we find an Evolving Wild, same thing. Evolving Wilds would be great. Well, I guess here's a Thraxodemon. Everything else is pretty bad. So it's a pretty easy Thraxodemon for us. Curve is looking okay. There are a couple cards in here I'd probably prefer not to play. We have a Refractor, an Ichor Wellspring, and a Rager for the Trench Stalker, and a Reunion. Levitating Statue. This card is always so good against me. There's another Bitter Reunion, but I like Levitating Statue. I mean, we have double Swift Spear, which I don't know how good this card is necessarily, but Bitter Reunion's very good with the Blast Runner, but we only have one of these so far. I want to take the Levitating Statue here and see if we can be a little bit more spells-based, maybe? Well, here's another Strong Bowl, so we'll take that. As I said, we can be a little bit more spells-based. This deck is kind of confused. But that's okay. We're always confused here, aren't we? I mean, it can do some things. It's just kind of like, woo, Junkyard Genius, hello. We've missed you. Get on in there. That's a great pickup. Now I'm wondering how good this statue is. We're going to be more creature-based. I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. All right, Mrs. Juggernaut versus Moment of Defiance. I think I'll take first copy of Juggernaut here over a Moment of Defiance. This was like a speculative pick, but now that we got a Junkyard Genius and another Strong Bowl and a Gigamole, I mean, I think we're probably leaning a little bit more creature-based. And these Swift Spears will just be... And there's a Butcher. The Butcher Wield. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Okay, so... Interesting. Thraxodemon number 2 or Trench Stalker number 2. I think I'll take the 2-drop. We already have a Trench Stalker if we want it. And now I'm thinking something like this-ish. Much more creature-based. We have 17 creatures. These Swift Spears are probably not going to be good. I might just take them out. But we have a whole nother pack to figure that out here. Yeah, I'll take Bitter Reunion number 2 over Thraxodemon number 3. And what do we find here? Worm Coil? No. Ashnod's Harvester, Excavation Explosion, Power Stone Fracture, Dwarven Forge Chanter. I think it's between Harvester and Explosion, for sure. And... I think I'm taking Harvester. That could be wrong, though. It's a really close one. No, I think I'm going to take Explosion. I think Explosion has a higher win rate. There's a Blast Runner number 2. This is great. Love to see that. Over not much for us. There's a Hostile Negotiations, but this card's been like fine or whatever. Maybe the Carrion Locust Wheels. But Blast Runner number 2 is okay. Yeah, so I really would like a Harvester. I have liked that card. But Excavation Explosion is one of the best commons in the set, and I think we got to take it. So we've already got a couple cuts here, and I think we're probably looking to cut some of these cards. So here's the Scrapwork Cohort I said we'd probably try to find here, but there's also a Scrapwork Mutt. So we have one Refractor, and that's our only way to splash the what's it called? The Unearth on the Cohort here. And Scrapwork Mutt is just objectively great for our deck. I'm gonna take the Mutt. Giant Cinderball number 2. You love to see it. Yeah, we'll take that. That's pretty easy. So now I think these Swift Spears are just pretty bad. And we are just loading up on creatures here. This is kind of filler. These are... we probably don't need that, but this Ichor Wellspring is good with double Strongbow for sure. Alright, I don't think we're playing anything here. Definitely not a Chanter. We're much more creature-based here. We have 17 creatures. We're probably not even playing the first copy of this. But I'll put that over here, I guess. So I probably wouldn't play this if I had only one Strongbow, but with 2 Strongbowls, I mean, this is just one, or it's 3 mana, draw 2 cards, which is great. Now there's a third Bitter Reunion or a second Trenchstalker. I guess I'll take the second Trenchstalker. I don't think we need 3 Bitter Reunions here. So on the same thought, I'll take the Automaton, but probably not play it. How often are we drawing 2 cards? We have double Bitter Reunion, we have a couple Thraxodemons. These Infiltrators are just curve filler right now, basically. We are sacrificing a decent amount of things, though. Thraxodemon number 3, maybe. Well, Evolving Wilds. Didn't even see that. There we go. Yeah, we'll take Evolving Wilds pretty easily. And then, is there anything to splash? No, we didn't take that Cohort. So nothing really wheeled for us here. We're not playing any of this. Maybe only 1 copy of Bitter Reunion is fine. Maybe we'll play the Rock Runner. I don't know. It depends on what our curve looks like. Probably not. Alright, well I think this deck is decent. We're kind of lacking power. We have no rares. So it's just a deck of commons and uncommons. Here's all the black and red cards, but we're not playing any of them. In fact, when I say common and uncommons, I mean commons. Along with... Jeez, we could have 4 Bitter Reunions. We have like 5 uncommons in like 17 commons or 20. Oh my gosh. This draft has certainly been a bitter reunion of sorts. So I'm looking at maybe cutting a reunion, and then all the other cuts have to come from the creatures. I think the Gigamole is great in this deck. It can mill some of these things like Juggernaut, Scrapwork Mutt, and Scrapwork Rager while still getting back a different thing. I'm wondering how good 2 Trench Stalkers is. We have 2 Bitter Reunions and Ichor Wellspring, and I'm keeping the Wellspring because of the double Strongbow again. We have double Thraxodemon. We could be sacrificing a decent bit. We're making Power Stones here. The Wellspring is a sacrifice. Double Bitter Reunion's a sacrifice. I just think this Blitz Automaton is kind of sticking out a little bit, and then we can potentially even run 16 lands here. And I think I will. And then we can run it like that. 3 5-drops is a little high. So maybe we like cut a Trench Stalker and then play like a random Rock Hunter or a Blitz Automaton. Maybe the Blitz Automaton kind of acts as a 3-drop most of the time, and sometimes it could be a 7 if we need it to. Or just a Carrion Locust, because flying is good. That could be okay. We're a little weak to flyers. Yeah, that seems okay. With 16 lands? Yeah, not bad. Sweet, okay. So I will see you in round number 1. Alright, we're on the draw, and our opponent has mulliganed. We will keep. Which means we start with 2 more cards than our opponent, which is great. Alright, easy Bitter Reunion on 2, dumping one of these lands. Yeah, you know how it goes here. Let's find another one. We're almost halfway through our lands. Clay Revenant. Miss land drop. Sure. Singular black tells me Ashnod's Intervention. +2/+0, return it to your hand. That's all I can think of that single black at instant speed in the format. Okay, so they're going to use it, obviously. But are we just not going to attack? No, I think we're going to attack. We can attack. We can play Junkyard Genius and not attack, and then eventually have a bunch of menace, knowing that they have Ashnod's Intervention. I can probably wait, right? We can get an enormous swing in at some point here. Okay, never mind. It was Disfigure. Why did I not think about Disfigure? That's the more likely one black mana trick that you could have. Alright, so we'll do this and sacrifice Bitter Reunion, because we're not going to get much extra value out of that. And now they're not getting priority either, so they don't have any good blocks here. So, waiting might be okay. With the Cinder Maw, might have turned out to be alright. We have officially gone through half the lands in the deck. Okay, they'll 2-for-1 themselves there. And I'll take the Butcher. And they're probably just dead at this point here, because we can Obliterating Bolt next turn. Looks like they have Agonizing or Overwhelming Remorse. It's fine. I mean, they're dead so many different ways here, so... I could use that to loot away the land, but by doing it this way, they just... They really have no chance here. Got him. Alright, 1-0. Let's keep the train rolling. Alright, opponent goes first. We keep this hand. We've got 2-drop, and then knowing how many lands we like to draw, we'll have a 3-drop. Sarenth Steelseeker, that's a good one. I wonder if it's worth explosioning. We'll see. Looks like Epic Confrontation? No? Interesting here. I might just lead on Cinder Maw. I'm fine trading Infiltrator for a combat trick here. Yeah, I think Cinder Maw is probably just best. We have a pretty good hand. Found their splash. Okay. Probably playing Junkyard Genius here this turn. Although Strongbowl's not bad, but I'll play Genius. We are going to need another land at some point. Ironclaw Crusher. Yeah, that's good. We have a very awkward hand with just 3 lands. gonna be tough to beat. So we go from last game having like 7 lands in our first 13 to this game having 3 lands in our first 13. Alright, alright. Does any of this have reach? No. I mean, this Junkyard Genius activation is going to be pretty good at some point. Theoretically. I mean, it'll give our whole team menace. I'm waiting for like a Great Desert Prospector here or something. But that would be fine. I mean, they would be able to hit us for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is not enough. I'm wondering if they have more removal and they're just deciding what to kill. Yeah, I get two triggers off of that. 4 triggers. 2 off of this, 2 off of that. But if they get overzealous with attacking, we have all kinds of attacks on the backswing. Okay, they are gonna do some attacks here. But again, who needs lands? Not me. I don't know why I attacked with the Genius. That was kind of wrong. But we have Explosion. If they go down to 3, they're dead. Yeah, that was dumb. I just got trigger happy there. We'll push some more damage here. And by more damage, I mean, I guess we kill them. Okay, never punished. Never didn't have it stuck on 3 lands, right? Alright, we go first with a fine hand. We have all of the lands we ended up with through 15 cards in our library last game, so we're good to go on that. Probably leading on Infiltrator here. We don't need this Rummage just yet. Okay, happy to trade off with that. Man, our deck is wild. It's like, first game it's like we get all of the lands. Second game we get none of the lands. And third game we get all of the lands. Ugh. I could unearth this, but what we can do is next turn we can use Thraxodemon to sacrifice the unearthed mutt, which I like a little bit better. So we've got 7 lands in our top 11 cards here, whereas last game we had 3 lands in our top 17 cards. Like, I wonder if Wizards drops or watches all my videos and is like, hey, you know, this is like his thing. This is what he does. Let's make sure it continues to happen. Because it certainly does continue to happen. I'm going nuts. Oh my god. What do you want from me? We have 10 lands. We only have 6 left in our deck. I've drawn literal nothing but lands. I started with Thraxodemon, Gixine Infiltrator, Excavation Explosion, and Scrapwork Mutt. And my next 7 cards were lands. Man. Guess we'll take Strongbow here. Would have liked to have that Bitter Reunion. I mean, look up, I don't know how to do the math on what are the chances that out of 33 cards, the top 7 are lands when you only have 13 left. Can't be that high, right? It's gotta be sub 1%? Sub 0.5%? Okay, they get their combat trick. At least we're drawing nothing but gas from here on out, so that's good. Guess I'll just lead on Strong Bull here. So we've already milled one bit of Reunion, and there's the other one. So we don't have any other way to filter through our hand right now. Ooh, they already have 7 mana. Good for them. If they attack with the Prospector, probably won't block considering we have double Explosion in hand, but they're probably going to play something relevant here. By relevant, I mean something I can't deal with. Okay. Take 7? Do they have another trick here? I can't risk it with double Explosion back up here. I mean, if they have another trick, then and we do that, then we have 0 blockers. I wonder if they have like Lauren's Escape. So we only have 4 lands left in our entire deck. Right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 4 lands left in the entire deck. Alright. At this point, we probably have to trade. If that even works. Is this a soldier? Nope. Yeah, I think we have to trade here. Or at least try to. Well, now we're just top decking, and I don't think we can top deck our way out of it, considering we just never had enough. Never had enough gas here. Ooh, wait. We can give it haste and draw. But I'm going to do that in response to blocking. Hey, they're drawing lands too. Okay, well, that was convenient for them. They have a counterspell? This is just a dumb game. They've also drawn 9 lands. Yeah. Yeah, that'll kill us next turn. What a way to end it. Man, we're playing 16 for a reason. We have 1 land left in our deck, folks. 1 land left in our deck. Alright, should I go to 14? 13? 12? No. Alright, opponent goes first. We'll keep the hand here. We got 1 drop into 3 drop. Play a Revenant, sure. Hey, we drew a 2-drop. Let's go. Burnished Heart. What a curve. Alright, fine trading this for Burnished Heart. Didn't think they would. Yeah, you didn't want to do that then. You wanted to do that in response to me attacking. Or during blocks, but I'll take it. Sure. Guess I'll take a creature. Thank goodness we milled 2 more lands. Pristine Talisman. Interesting. Got a lot of mana over there. What you gonna do with it? Gonna kill my Strongbow. Okay. And a Goring Warplow. Yeah? Yeah? Well, with the Ichor Wellspring, now I don't want to get rid of Thraxodemon. So I can do this and this here. Although this, once we sacrifice the Wellspring next turn, more than likely, will be a 3/2 menace. So if we trade this for Warplow, then that is what it is. Now we Juggernaut, and then next turn we can do Wellspring, Sacrifice. We can't quite do all of this as much as I would like to. Play this, Wellspring, and Sacrifice. But we could delay a lot of this. Hopefully no Agonizing or Overwhelming Remorse. Powerstone Fracture, that's not the end of the world. Well, that was a pretty good draw. So now we can do this, play both Infiltrators. Next turn we can sacrifice that. Get all kinds of triggers here. Unfortunately, because they're going to play this, we won't have attacks with the Infiltrators, because they're just going to be 3/2s. And this will be a 3/4 because they could sacrifice their Revenant here. It's also quite good. So let's start off with this. Obliterating Bolt. I'm gonna lead on maybe Cindermaw, because next turn we can go Junkyard Genius, sacrifice the Power Stone, give everything Menace. We can't bolt the Strong Bull right now because they could sacrifice the Revenant and the Talisman to make it a 5 toughness creature. So let's offer the trade for Dwarven Forge Chanter here. Looks like they'll take it. And I think I will just go Cindermaw. Oh, they're just straight up sacrificing it now. That's a desperation move. Probably didn't want to do that. That's okay, I think. So now we can get rid of the Strong Bull with Bolt. Could also get rid of the Butcher, but we are the aggressor, they're not. So we're just going to do this. It resolves, still dies, and then gonna attack with everything. And then pretty much win next turn with the Junkyard Genius. Probably, I mean, I probably should have played Butcher, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine. That's the reason I probably should have played Butcher, because in case they top decked removal. But again, I think we're fine, because all we have to do is attack. They block here, and yeah, so. Alright, got the win there. It's amazing what happens when you don't draw all but one land in your deck. Alright, we go first with a good hand. We've got Thraxidemon. And then at some point with 5 mana we can play Wellspring and sacrifice it, but we'll see what order we want to do things in. No, now we're just gonna Obliterating Bolt pretty quickly here. Okay. I think I'll lead on this. And then Bitter Reunion. I think dumping the swamp is fine. I just remembered. A couple of drafts ago, I had a start where I had 2 lodestone golem, or I had 2 artifacts, and then I got past the lodestone golem. And for some reason in my mind, I thought it said artifact spells cost 1 more to cast. But fortunately, it says non-artifact spells. which means our hand is now completely torched. Man, that made things a lot more difficult, didn't it? Single blue. Machine over matter. Okay, so we have to watch out for that. We can't double block, unfortunately, anymore. Or they might just fire it off now. Looks like they will. Which one do you want to use it on? There it is. Alright, well, now we're probably just going to lose. Oh, I see how they did that. Okay. I have to double block the lodestone golem and hope it works. Unwinding clock. So they first picked Urza here and are gonna destroy us with it. I just care about you attacking with Lodestone Golem. That's all I want you to do. Thank you. Alright. We are free. I guess Trench Stalker. You gotta hope it survives. Awesome, it did survive. That is great. So now what we can do is we can kind of go crazy here. I could sacrifice this and give everything haste, but we don't really have great attacks with that. So I'm going to wait to do it next turn, which means, darn, I should have played Thraxidemon for sure. I was thinking I was going to sacrifice this. But after I played everything, I was like, maybe not. Well, that sucks. Wait, that just means we're dead, right? Yeah, that just means we die. If they put it on an unwinding clock here. Which they should. Could have Disfigure, but we don't. Well, that sucks. So it didn't matter what we did there. Oh well. I guess the only way out was to play Thraxidemon, give everything haste, sacrifice the Ichor Wellspring with the Thraxidemon, draw an extra card, give this lifelink an attack. But we didn't know they were going to have Aeronaut's Wings there, so... Alright, we are on the draw. Our opponent has mulliganed, and we have a keepable hand that we'll keep. Got a couple Thraxidemons, got a Scrapwork Mutt to filter the hand if we need to. It's a good one drop. It's a good curve. Probably just trading this with Recruitment Officer here. If they'll let me. They have some sort of trick, and I'd prefer them not to advance their board. Or they're just trading, which is fine too. And missing a land drop. Good. Alright. Strongbow or Cindermaw here? I think Cindermaw. Cindermaw can be defensive and aggressive. Although I think... Okay, that's what they have. Didn't know what it was. Alright, prison sentence? Nope. Okay, Aeronaut's Wings. Why don't we start with this? And finish with that. This deck is just taunting us today, I swear. If we go through like another 10 cards and don't find another land, I'm going to be so frustrated. The deck is like, you can either have them all at the top or all at the bottom, but you can't have them mixed in between. That's just not allowed. Alright, they found their extra color here. Well, as of now, this is a race we win. Alright, sorry, Trench Stalker, you're just never getting cast this game. Alright, yep. I would like a red. Very much, please. That's not what I meant. So we lose next turn, right? Potentially. We have an Excavation Explosion that can go face. If they don't block. Wait. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Not lethal to the activation of the Paratrooper here. So this game we've had 3 lands in our top 16 cards, and I believe the other game we had 11 lands in our top 16 cards, or something like that. It's been fun. Okay. Yotian Dissident, sure. Sure, and that means we win somehow. Man. What a game. What a game. This draft is something else. Alright, we go first with a hand that looks great, assuming we have lands on the top of our deck. So we're going to keep it. In fact, this looks like a really good hand. Okay. I'm going to play Infiltrator, and then next turn if we miss a land, I'll play Bitter Reunion. Or Scrapwork Mutt, either one. Interesting, okay. This tells me I think, well, they could have really anything. But I'll just trade this off here. Which one do I care about getting rid of more? I guess I'll get rid of the Animist here. Could be wrong, but you never know. Okay, go with the Inopportunist. I think I'll play Scrapwork Mutt. Probably getting rid of Ravenous Gigamole because it's just too expensive. Or the Butcher doesn't really do much right now either. We can get that... No, well... Butcher's a good blocker, but this is just not really going to get found at some point. Hey, look what we found. Sure. That's a good one that we can't deal with at the moment. Guess I'll play a giant Cindermaw here. And then hope they don't drop like a Boulder Branch Golem or a 7/7 or something like that. That'll do it. This has been a wild draft, folks. This has been just wild. The splash of Tyrant of Care Ridges. Oh, this is so unbelievable. I don't think we have a way to kill this. Like, we have Excavation Explosions and a deal 4. So that's not going to kill the Tyrant. Hey, we did it. We did it. We found a land. Oh man. Fear my 1/2. For 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're dead if we don't block. We're dead if we do block, though. Who are we? I'm not wasting our time. I'm done. I'm done with today. Let's put this one behind us as quick as we can. Somehow I still managed 4 wins out of this deck. When 3 of the losses that we had were like, the deck was like punching me in the face. And 2 of the wins we had, it was doing that as well. So we're going to call this one quits here today. Thanks so much for sticking around to the end of this video and tilting with me. I will see you next time for your daily draft.